Hello, um, family. Good evening. I have something that is mumbling in my heart right now, and I want to share. I found a pattern in scriptures that justifies the restoration of monarchies among the nations. It justifies the uprooting of democratic systems and the restoration of monarchies. It's going to happen through chaos. You see, there's a kind of rebellion or chaos, chaotic scenarios that will mark the end of what we have styled as the fastest, or not the fastest now, the most comely governmental model, the democratic systems. Um, it will style the end of the democratic systems and the return to otherwise traditional systems of government. But you see, these traditional systems of government will be the target of the new world order. Now, the new world order that's coming with the digital flair will work in tandem with existing authorities, traditional authorities. And this will mark, it will provide a scenario among the nations where traditional rulers, kings, sheiks, um, traditional rulers will again receive the authority or the right to determine the jurisprudence of their jurisdictions. Yes, what I'm saying now, it will become clear in years to come. But if I will have an advice to traditional rulers, I will beg that they start to develop the programs. Think of how they can update the programs that their old predecessors used. I have a burden to speak to the Oba of Benin right now. If you don't mind, you want to go back to the management program of Oba Eware the First. You actually want to go and check his books. If you had a scribe that was writing things in the palace, you want to go back to go and dig up those information because you will find them useful in the days to come. You see, many years have gone by, but we knew that whatever the first Oba Eware did was useful in his time. He used it to develop a strong, a vibrant Benin kingdom. But you see, you must go back. The agenda now is to go back to those books and revise them, bring them up to standard so that you can continue from where these politicians stopped. Because very soon, concerning the government of your land, you will not even want to see politicians. Your people will not want to see politicians. Your people will not want to practice democracy. In fact, there will be so much chaos that you will now have to start rebuilding the waste places that much of all these people who have hijacked monarchical power have ruined. So it is important, as I'm talking now, this is a word that the Lord dropped on my mouth and I'm saying it the way He said it. The agenda is to go back to review the writings, the models, the philosophies of our erstwhile and predecessors. You want to sit down with people who knew how government was to really get briefing from them, because it will be almost like the responsibility to maintain law and order in your territory, in your domain, will be thrown upon you. You see, it is inside that time many sheiks, many monarchs will be lost for what to do, and that's the good ground for the next phase of the new world order. The new world order is coming with a big brother kingdom that's going to be powered by artificial intelligence. And they will, if you don't know what to do, especially as it is regard to the foundation of the kingdoms of your ancestors, you will not have an option but to submit to them the way you submitted to your politicians. You will not have an option, but you will submit to them just the way you submitted to your politicians. Now, that's a word for the kings that are in the regions of the world. There's also a word for the kingdom of God preaching church that are assigned to each city. This is the time to provide an option for monarchy. Let the update for Benin Kingdom, for example, let the update that the Oba Eware II is going to do to Oba Eware the first management style, let the update have a gospel flair. And that's why you are the church assigned to Benin. The time to disciple Benin Kingdom has come. The time to make disciple of the kingdom of Benin, and the kingdom of Benin has come. So we now need to put our hands together and see how we can advance this cause. But there's something that I want you to see. Democratic systems has been judged. Democratic systems have wound up. The entire world will return to a collection of monarchies. The entire world is returning to a collection of monarchies that will be oversaw or overseen by another top force, another top monarchy. That's how I hear it. That's how I say it. Whatever I said now, I just said it so that it will go live. We'll break down into it because this conversation, I'm still meditating on it. We'll break down into it and take it deeper. Till I see you again, this is just teeth bite of light to help the church among the nations know and to help God's people recognize what is coming. There's something that is coming. It's a revisit of our monarchies, our long lost monarchies. Whatever the foundations that we can still lay our hands on, we should go back to them, but we should ensure that we're going back to them not to go back to idolatry. We're going back to them to give them a gospel flair. All right? Peter Adion Ipuga signing out here. Shalom. Shalom.